Hello, this is Carl Herrick of NoteInvestorSource.com, Note Investor and Note Seller. This video explains some of the opportunities and income potential of buying and selling real estate notes. After you watch this video, please call me or text me with your questions or comments at 702-278-1200 or emailing at coachcarlherrick.com. I asked an expert, Scott Carson of Inverse Investments and Note Buying for Dummies, to help us with this video. Since neither Scott nor I are CPAs or attorneys, we ask you to check with your CPA and attorney to make sure this is the right investment for you. Now, let's visit with Scott.
Hi, this is Carl Herrick. I'm here with Scott Carson, our mentor and mastermind coach, relative to purchasing non-performing notes, reselling non-performing notes, or converting them into properties. So Scott, what is the latest trends in the note business this year?
Well, the note business, first of all, thanks, Carl. The note business is definitely booming right now. We have a lot of non-performing mortgages out there that are still coming into the marketplace. A lot of investors are used to either negotiating short sales and then taking 6 to 9 months, or they're used to trying to buy REOs direct from either realtors or getting into the banks and dealing directly with asset managers. But we still have a huge amount of foreclosures or homes that are upside down that are still coming out for us as note investors to buy. There's still over 7 million homes underwater. Originally back in 2009 at the heyday, there was over 15 million. So we've gone through half the inventory, but we still have a ton available, especially when you start looking into markets like Atlanta, Detroit, Phoenix, Vegas. Some of these that are non-judicial states that are supposed to be fast foreclosure still have, on an average, about 1 out of every 4 or 1 out of every 3 homeowners are still facing foreclosure upside down their mortgage. So it means for a huge opportunity for us investors to come and buy those notes and either A, modify the loan, complete a short sale at the homeowner walk, get a deed in lieu if it's a long foreclosure process, come up with some sort of negotiation with the homeowner to do a deferment, or even if they want to, an exit strategy that most people don't realize is when you buy the note, you become the bank, you can allow that homeowner to assign it to somebody else. So the market's still a lot out there. You have a lot of investment markets that people are looking to invest in, like Florida's really up and coming. They've passed some foreclosure laws that are expediting foreclosure sales there, so it makes it nice for investors. The Carolinas are always a hot market. South Carolina, North Carolina. Your market in Vegas definitely is doing really well. Phoenix is heating back up. Texas is always a good market. So those are the kind of markets you're seeing stuff in that investors are really flocking to because A, values have come back. B, people want to live there, which is always nice. And C, there's a lot of inventory out there.
Well, one of the things that we noticed was that when we bought our first note, and we got it from you, we actually tried to do it the hard way. We actually did the whole process all by ourselves. Can you explain a little bit about having servicing, and for people like us that eventually want to go climb into our motorhome and drive around the U.S., who don't have access to the internet every day and would rather not be on their phone all day, how does that work with the people that you work with?
Well, I think everybody who's getting into note investing needs to realize that in some states you can get away with kind of self-servicing. Other states there's actual laws that prevent you from picking up the phone and talking to the borrower unless you're a licensed mortgage broker. Now, I know you don't want to go back to school and get your license. Neither do I, do many investors. So. And you also, too, you want to be doing other things versus on the phone, okay? And the idea is also that you'll be buying more than just one asset,
right?
Okay? A lot of investors want to duplicate themselves or, say, clone themselves or build a portfolio. And that's why servicing companies like Land Home Financial, FCI Exchange, BSI, or Halo, these are companies that are designed to take your paperwork, take the loans, and start servicing. They're the ones that are picking up the phone, calling the borrower, hey, we know you haven't paid such and such bank, and that Carl Herrick bought your loan out. I know you're not paying him, so let's work something out. It's either start the foreclosure process back up, work on a loan modification, come through one of the different strategies that, unfortunately, most of the borrowers are so scared who haven't been answering their mail for the last year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, that they just they give up. They have this huge monkey on their back they need to get rid of, and investors like Carl and myself and other people across the country really do have a lot of solutions available for those homeowners, and they just don't know about it. So it's just a matter of duplicating yourself, hiring a company it's licensed all across the country in all 48, 50 states, and letting them work their magic. I mean, that's what they're there to do. With the inception of the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau Act, CFPB, this year, there's been a lot of legislation on what you can and cannot do as well. So keep that in mind. I'd much rather hire somebody to work that $7.50, $10 an hour employee job versus me, because my time's a lot more valuable, and so is yours, and so is yours.
Yeah. Well, I think the other key is that as we look at the note business, we invest in property and renovate it and have been holding it. We're also investing in property, and we're doing the typical ML sales for some of them. And then the other properties that we have, we're actually doing owner financing. And that new law, along with the Dodd-Frank law, is basically converted that from one piece of paper to I just signed off on 35 pages last night to be able to be fully compliant. And I think that's the key, is make sure you have the professionals lined up to do the job for you, and that you've got a coach. And, you know, I don't want to hurt your feelings, but you're one of 4 coaches that we have. You know 3 of them.
I have coaches myself as well. I was actually at the gym this morning with 1 coach as well, so hey, no offense taken whatsoever. It's a good thing.
And I think that's a good thing, is make sure that you have coaches. I'm a coach for real estate investing. I've been a coach with the largest real estate investing training company that there is. So I think the key is being able to be prepared, have the tools, have a coach, and have somebody who's going to do the processing for you, so that you make sure that your time is invested in getting people who want to invest or getting the properties, and then combining those to a profitable relationship.
I would agree completely with it. Coaches is great. One of the biggest things that we see as an organization as we teach workshops across the country and coach other people, what I love about you guys is the biggest thing. You can still go to classes and workshops and learn yourself, but it's all about taking action. You know, it's the whole ready, aim, fire. You know, you guys take action. That's what I love. Because when you take action, that's what people that really love is see success. You know, and hey, it's going to be nervous the first time or two that you do something new. All right, or if laws change, working through this, it's like owner financing used to be one, tabletop. Now you got to have a 35 pages and a mortgage broker or a real estate agent and a lawyer. Gotta love lawyers. Gotta love them. Anyway. But that's the biggest thing is taking action. Like Carl says, hiring the professionals to do the stuff that you don't want to do or don't want to get licensed to do, because it's going to end up saving your assets. You know, you may save $500 in the front end, but that $500 could have cost you $50,000 on the back end.
Right. I think the other key is being really, really flexible. Just went to a meeting the other day at the Henderson Chamber of Commerce, and the guy who was presenting was a football star. And he basically walked into football camp in college and said, okay, I've been here 5 minutes, I'm going to give it a half hour, and I'm leaving. He ended up being a football star. So he always says, don't leave before the time that you reach success. And I think that's the key with note investing for us. I mean, you know that we went through some opportunities as we process our first one, but we're back. We've got the right kind of coaching, we've got the right kind of tools, and I think the right kind of servicer.
Yeah, definitely. I agree completely on that. It's all about flexibility is good in the note business, and along with other things. Because I see a lot of investors that struggle with having one specific avenue. We're just going to do this. We're just going to do this. If it doesn't fit, we're going to get rid of it. Well, you may be walking by and leaving a ton of money on the table if you're not flexible and creative. And I think that's the most successful investors are those the most creative.
Right. Well, Scott, thank you very much. I appreciate you being our coach and mentor.
Hey, glad to have you.
And spending the time here with us.
Hey, thank you very much. We'll see you guys at the top.
Bye-bye.